Join me as I dive into some timeless Bible stories shared by the elderly, and I'll see if I can learn and apply their wisdom in my own life. Timeless Bible stories have a way of imparting wisdom that resonates through generations. There's something special about hearing these stories from the elderly, who have lived through life's ups and downs and have gained a deep understanding of what truly matters. Their voices are filled with experience, love, and a sense of legacy. As I sit down with some remarkable elderly individuals, I'm excited to hear their perspectives on these enduring tales. These stories have been passed down through the years, and their wisdom is just as relevant today as it was when they were first told. The elderly participants I'm about to meet have lived through many challenges, and their insights will surely offer a unique perspective on the human experience. I'm looking forward to hearing their thoughts on how these stories have shaped their lives. The Bible is filled with stories that teach us valuable lessons about life, love, and our relationship with God. From the story of Adam and Eve to the journey of the Israelites, each tale offers a glimpse into the human condition. I'm eager to hear the elderly participants' thoughts on these stories and how they've applied their lessons to their own lives. As I begin this journey, I'm reminded that the wisdom of the elderly is a precious gift. Their life experiences, both triumphs and struggles, offer a wealth of knowledge that can guide us on our own paths. I'm excited to learn from their stories and reflections. The story of David and Goliath teaches us about courage and faith. David, a young shepherd, faced a giant with nothing but a stone and a sling. His trust in God gave him the confidence to overcome the impossible. One of our participants, Mary, shares a personal anecdote about facing her own giants. "I was once struggling to make ends meet," she says, "but I remembered David's story and found the strength to keep going." The story of Job is another example of enduring faith. Despite losing everything, Job remained faithful, and his story teaches us about perseverance and trust in God. John, another participant, reflects on Job's story, saying, "I've faced my share of trials, but Job's example has shown me that I can get through tough times with faith." The prodigal son story teaches us about love and forgiveness. The father's willingness to welcome his wayward son back home shows us the depth of God's love for us. Emily shares her thoughts on this story. "As a mother, I can only imagine how hard it must have been for the father to see his son return. But it shows me that no matter how far we stray, we can always come back home." The story of Esther is a powerful example of bravery and selflessness. Esther risked her life to save her people, demonstrating the impact one person can have. James, one of our elderly participants, says, "Esther's story inspires me to stand up for what's right, even when it's difficult." One story that stands out is that of Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. It's a powerful tale of liberation and trust in God. As I listen to the elderly participants, I'm struck by the connections they make between these ancient stories and their own life experiences. The story of Moses is particularly significant as it showcases a significant turning point in his life. From being a prince to becoming a humble servant of God, Moses' journey teaches us about humility and obedience. One participant, Rachel, shares her insights on Moses' transformation, highlighting the importance of surrendering to God's plan. As we reflect on these stories, it becomes clear that their lessons are just as relevant today. The challenges we face in modern life may be different, but the wisdom imparted through these tales remains timeless. These stories encourage us to hold on to hope, trust in a higher power, and treat others with love and kindness. The story of Noah's Ark teaches us about obedience and trust. Noah's willingness to follow God's instructions despite the absurdity of building an ark shows us the importance of faith. Another participant, Michael, reflects on the story of Noah, saying, "In a world that often seems chaotic, Noah's story reminds me to stay grounded in my faith." As I conclude this journey through timeless Bible stories, I'm reminded of the power of listening to the elderly. Their wisdom, gained through a lifetime of experiences, offers a unique perspective on life's challenges and triumphs. I'm grateful for the insights shared by our elderly participants. The key takeaways from these stories are clear. Faith, perseverance, love, and forgiveness are essential in navigating life's journey. As I summarize the wisdom shared by the elderly, I'm encouraged to apply these lessons to my own life. If you've been inspired by these stories, I'd love to hear from you. Share your own stories in the comments below and suggest other timeless stories you'd like to hear. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on life lessons and wisdom.